morning, everyone. Thanks for joining. This is Ryan Siegel with the product marketing team at Zerto. And I just want to preface this with you guys might get a few minutes back in your day here. I'm not sure if this is going to take the entire hour. But today what we're going to be talking about, of course, is the 2018 ZertoCON conference. So we're hosting ZertoCON, and I'm sure a lot of you on the webinar have attended your first ZertoCON. But for those of you that haven't, let me give you a little bit of an idea of what the conference is all about. So it's a 3-day conference in the great city of Boston that brings together IT professionals, subject matter experts, and everyday users to discuss innovation, transformation, and IT resilience. It's also an invaluable opportunity for you to gain new skills, meet the experts, and discover exciting new technology. You're going to have the chance to trial the product and get exclusive certifications in one of our specialized tracks. You can also have the opportunity to meet Zerto executives, developers, and product teams to discuss hot topics and features or functionality that you would like to see in the product, because at the end of the day, we're here for you guys, and we really like to drive our product based on customer needs and expectations. The core theme for this year's conference is resilient and ready. And I'm sure that a lot of you have been hearing about this concept of IT resilience, but what does it really mean? So we're going to begin the webinar and talk a bit about IT resilience, that is, what it means and what are the core pillars to delivering it. And we're also going to get into the conference a bit and talk about all the exciting items that we have lined up for this year. We're going to give you a sneak peek at some of the sessions on deck and show you how you and your business can become IT resilient. Lastly, we're going to finish with some need-to-know info for you guys and also an open Q&A. So I have my colleague Christina here with me. She'll be more than happy to answer any questions you have regarding the conference. If you can, please just write those down as they come up. There's a question box in GoToWebinar here that you can write them in, and we'll be happy to cover those at the end. So let's jump into it. And we can back up for a second, right? IT vendors, they're beginning to carve out this defined stake for themselves within the market around this concept of IT resilience. So I wanted to explain to you guys a bit about what that is in case you are unsure or haven't even yet heard of it. So if we sort of remove IT from the equation for a moment, we need to simply look at the root here. So Webster's dictionary can define resilience as the capacity to recover quickly from difficulties, or an ability to easily adjust to misfortune or change. It's a characteristic that allows you to bounce back from difficult experiences, and it involves behaviors, thoughts, and actions that can be learned or developed to cope with adversity, to respond and adapt to one of the few things that is constant in the world, and that is change. So now when we bring IT back to the equation and we apply this concept to information technology, we can draw some parallels. We define IT resilience as the ability to accelerate transformation and innovation by seamlessly adapting to new technology while protecting the business and customers from disruption. IT resilience is core to your company's ability to withstand the slings and arrows of life and IT operations. The bottom line is you need to be protected from anything that could be as simple as a human error all the way up to something as catastrophic as a natural disaster. And the thing is it's not only us Zertonians speaking about this concept of IT resilience. IT resilience is happening now, and even Gartner analysts have been leading with this concept for quite some time. So what I have shown here is a quote from John Morenzi, who's a research vice president at Gartner, who covers, among many things, the implementation and management of software-defined data centers and their impact on IT resilience. He also covers the implementation of IT resilience both in corporate data centers and public clouds. So the quote reads, digital business requires always-on operations and IT service delivery and agility. IT resilience is fundamental to delivering both of those. Today, sustainability, continuity, and integrity of IT operations is what IT resilience is all about. It's a must-have for business competitiveness. More often than not, businesses simply do not get a second chance to make a good first impression. So you need to be resilient and ready to overcome any obstacles that your business may encounter throughout its lifetime. But at the end of the day, why does your business need to concern yourself with something like IT resilience? Well, there are several reasons. The first, as I'm sure we all know, is that disruptions happen every day. And there are bad disruptions and good disruptions. But what do I mean by that? Well, there's the unplanned, the what-ifs, things like user errors, infrastructure failures, security and ransomware issues, natural disasters. These are unpredictable events, and they're a drain on staff, time, and budget. Handling unplanned outages needs to be simple, it needs to be automated, and it needs to be able to cover 100% of business requirements while minimizing resource and processes. But there's also a flip side to the coin. IT is constantly under pressure to evaluate and integrate new technologies into their operations in order to keep pace with expectations and reduce costs. They are constantly tasked with delivering more with less. And it's these business-driving initiatives like migrations, mergers and acquisitions, moving to clouds or testing out new softwares, they're necessary, but also can be disruptive to your business. You need to be able to react more efficiently to the unplanned and the planned, so you have time and resources to focus on the planned disruptions. That is, those that drive innovation and business value. And it's being able to protect your business and your brand in the event of any unplanned disruption and ready to drive the planned disruptions. That's IT resilience, and that's what it means to be resilient and ready. So delivering IT resilience is based on three key pillars: continuous availability, workload mobility, and multi-cloud agility. Continuous availability, that is the ability to protect against any disruption, whether planned or unplanned, helps deliver an always-on customer experience. Workload mobility, for example, things like migrations and consolidations. You have to have the confidence to move applications and data and workloads with ease, without risk, and be 100% protected along the way. And lastly, we have multi-cloud agility, leveraging the cloud to accelerate your business and truly take advantage of what the cloud offers. Things like flexible pay-as-you-go service models and on-demand resource capacity, ensuring that you have the freedom to choose your cloud and be able to move to, from, or between clouds is a critical component of delivering IT resilience, especially in this digital age. And at the end of the day, ZertoCON is all about IT resilience. And what we've done is build an agenda around helping your organization understand exactly what it takes to become resilient and ready. So let's drill in a bit now to these pillars and start to talk a bit about the content that we have lined up this year. So first up, we have learning how to protect your apps and data. You guys know that you need to protect your apps and data. And with the Zerto IT Resilience platform, data protection is more than just recovery. It's about one platform for all of your data protection needs. Zerto provides you with the ability to use long-term retention and file-level recovery for a full spectrum of recovery options, automated testing to ensure recoverability with no impact to production, and the ability to help with compliance using our reports and easy failover testing to prove recoverability of the entire environment. No more failover tests on the weekend. So one session that I'd like to highlight here is our networking failover test session. So as you guys know, as IT professionals, failover tests have long been a pretty dreadful part of your life. Typically it involves multiple teams and getting people together after hours on the weekends, powering everything down, doing your testing, and hoping and praying that things are back online before Monday morning at 9 a.m. when your end users come back into the office. But they don't have to be the most dreaded part of your job. So come to ZertoCON. You can join Z-Expert Gijsberg Jensen van Doorn and VMware Senior Technical PM Humer Ahmed, and you can see how simple it is to configure your failover networking using Zerto. So in this session, we're going to discuss things like best practices on how to design your network to be able to test recovery of your applications without production impact, and just general architecture for how it makes most sense for your business to architect these failovers. I promise that you're never going to do failovers the same again. So check it out. We hope to see you there. Come to the session. It's going to be fantastic. The next pillar I want to drill into is finding ways to modernize and transform IT. So how else does your business evolve in order to become resilient and ready? Well, you need to find ways to modernize and transform. There's a lot of common questions that we hear at Zerto. Things like, how can I get to the cloud, or refresh to flash or hyper-converged solutions? How can I replace my legacy backups so I have one vendor for all my data protection needs? And how do I do all of this easily and without disruption? Well, with Zerto, IT refreshes are incredibly easy because we work with any underlying storage, many hypervisors, over 350 clouds, including IBM Cloud, Azure, and AWS. What's unique is that you'll be protected even as you move between or across any of these technologies. And using consistency grouping mechanisms, which we call virtual protection groups, means you get application consistency, so your apps never need to be offline when you eventually do those refreshes. So there's a few sections I'd like to highlight here, but one is our session on complex legacy backups. As IT professionals, you guys know that backups have been the bane of IT's existence for decades now, and we think it's time to leave traditional approaches to backups behind and embrace continuous availability with the Zerto IT Resilience platform. Having spoken with many customers and prospects, a common theme that I hear is a lot of the use cases for backups are changing and they're evolving. So it makes sense to rethink how IT handles these backups. So come to the session and you're going to see Zerto's current and future innovations and how those allow you to dump antiquated, complex, and quite frankly, expensive backup technologies once and for all. I'd also like to showcase a consistently very popular session, our session on the APIs, PowerShell, and scripting. So as environments become more and more complex, IT is always looking to simplify and streamline operations. Zerto supports a wide array of custom scripting and automation, and in this session you'll get to sit down with the experts and see exactly how it can all be done using our IT Resilience platform. The third pillar that supports an IT resilient infrastructure, solving for multi-cloud and hybrid cloud. The cloud offers many undeniable benefits, but you need to take into careful consideration how to use the cloud in order to capitalize and fully realize those benefits. Most importantly, you want to future-proof for cost, flexibility down the road, and for peace of mind. With Zerto, moving freely between clouds is incredibly easy. Bidirectional replication is now available for IBM Cloud, Azure, and AWS, allowing you the flexibility to migrate and protect between clouds of all kinds, or to choose one cloud today and a different cloud in the future. And let's not forget that Zerto is the trusted solution to power the disaster recovery as a service for 350 clouds, and is the only solution that powers DR for 80% of the clouds in Gartner DRAS Magic Quadrant. I mean, we have a ton of content this year with regards to multi-cloud, hybrid cloud, the cloud as a whole. So it's actually quite challenging for me to pick what exactly I want to highlight here. But first and foremost, we're going to be demoing Zerto in all sorts of cloud environments like Azure, AWS, IBM Cloud. So if you're curious how you can begin to leverage the cloud together with Zerto, you're not going to want to miss this. We're also going to be helping people understand that while creating a hybrid cloud strategy does take quite a bit of effort, with Zerto it can be much more easy than you think. The important thing to remember here is that not all cloud strategies are created equal, and finding the right one for your business can be challenging, but if you come join us this year at ZertoCON, you will leave with tips on how to get started and a reference architecture from which you can use to begin to evolve your multi-cloud and hybrid cloud strategies. We also have validated HPE, Zerto, and Microsoft Azure environments, so if you're curious on how to make hybrid IT simple, we're going to look forward to seeing you there. And again, like I started this slide off, we have a ton of content related to this track. So if you want to see what else we have, I urge you to head to our website. You can go to the ZertoCON 2018 agenda, and you can look at our full schedule and see what sessions we have and which ones you'd like to begin registering for today. So it's not only about the sessions. I know that we have a ton of great ones, but it's about so much more. From the right mix of innovations in the data center, the cloud, to the right expertise and partners, ZertoCON is all about helping bring it all together and propelling your enterprise further and faster. So now that you guys have a bit of an understanding of IT resilience and an idea of what the conference represents, let me go into a bit more detail about the ZertoCON conference. So as I said before, we have built an agenda entirely around helping your business become IT resilient, and we have the people and expertise to help answer any questions you have. There's going to be no shortage of solutions engineers, technical support, developers, executives, product members, all delivering sessions that will show you the true power of Zerto. Maybe you want to learn a bit about networking failover, so you want to join Senior Technical PM at VMware Humer and our very own tech evangelist Heisbert for our networking failover test session. Or maybe you're interested in hearing from Zerto CTO, Oded Kadem, on advanced journal architecture and capabilities. Whatever your reason, at ZertoCON, you're going to get the one-on-one time with the people that have the answers for the questions you seek, making you more confident than ever in managing your Zerto environment. Another great reason to get out to the ZertoCON conference in May is to see exactly how your peers are using the Zerto IT Resilience platform. I think that we work in an industry where so much work is done over WebEx and behind the closed doors of data centers and in-network operations centers that we don't often get the chance to touch base with the vast community that we're a part of. And ZertoCON is all about bringing people together for a purpose, to become resilient and ready to handle disruptions to your business and also to disrupt your business market. So one of the customers that you're going to hear from this year is Tommy Meeks, Senior Director of Technology and Infrastructure Support at Aaron's, which is a large lease-to-own retailer. Now, Aaron's was originally looking at data center migrations to help improve their end-user experience. They had some issues. Their data center was experiencing heating and cooling issues. They had troubles maintaining workload availability, and they simply wanted to get out of the data center business. By leveraging Zerto, Aaron's was able to greatly reduce the complexity, cost, and time to completion of their project. The Zerto IT Resilience platform was integral in making sure that their migration completed without any migraines or misfortune. So if you're interested in hearing a bit more about how the Zerto IT Resilience platform was able to assist Aaron's in this massively complex project, you're not going to want to miss this session. I urge you guys to register and join us in May. We also have Ken Ragazza, Infrastructure Architect at Independent Health. So they have quite an interesting story, and I'm not going to spoil it now because you guys got to get to ZertoCon to hear it straight from the source himself. But I think that now as IT resilience is just starting to become sort of this household name, if you will, it's especially important that you build a concrete business case for it. A well-crafted business case explores all feasible approaches to a given problem and enables business stakeholders to select the option that best serves their organization. Now, during Independent Health's evaluation process, Ken realized that the Zerto IT Resilience platform was truly an incredible asset that he needed in his data center. Again, there's a pretty funny story that goes along with this, but I don't want to spoil it for you. So come join Ken, and he's going to take you through his buyer journey. He will explain what it was exactly about Zerto that made him such a believer in our technology. And, he's going to help you either make the business case for your organization or even, start to grow your Zerto partner ecosystem. So, again, I urge you to register and join Ken this year for his session on creating the business case for IT resilience. And last but certainly not least, we have McKesson, which is one of our biggest success stories. Now, McKesson is adopting hybrid cloud at an incredibly rapid pace. And when they first began their journey to the cloud, they understood that they required the best value and a strategy that was both reliable and secure. Now, this is especially true for a Fortune 5 company with over 75,000 employees worldwide and one that's responsible for delivering a third of all prescription medication across North America. With thousands of workloads being protected, the IT team in McKesson has become experts in using Zerto at scale. So we have Steve Weber, Disaster Recovery Architect for McKesson, and you can come join Steve this year to hear why it was that they selected the public cloud, and what are some of the benefits that they're seeing of doing DR to the public cloud. You're going to learn how your organization can unlock your ability to move to, from, and between clouds, all while delivering the best service and experience to your end users. Now, labs and exclusive ZertoCON certifications. So certifications have been a recurring theme since our first inaugural ZertoCON back in 2016, and this year they're back and better than ever. So we have 2 exciting exclusive certifications that we're offering. You're going to be exposed to new concepts, ideas, thought processes, all of this helping to make complex topics much more accessible. So these certifications will help boost your professional profile, enhance your industry credibility, and above all, they're going to make you a more confident Zerto expert. So first up, we have the Azure specific certification, and that's specifically designed for those who are looking to use Zerto within a Microsoft Azure environment. You're going to get hands-on training from Microsoft specialists. The cert is going to help you learn exactly how Zerto integrates with Microsoft Azure and how you can become proficient in managing and optimizing Zerto to run within Microsoft Azure. All of this complete, again, with one-on-one training, hands-on experience, and an association exam so you can get a nice certification at the end. The second exclusive certification that we're offering this year, which is one that I think will be quite popular as well, is our Advanced API certification. Now, automation is such a key component to maintaining a resilient IT infrastructure. Whether it's something as simple as doing bulk edits on your Zerto components or automating your entire DR process using REST APIs, this certification is going to enable you to efficiently automate all of the processes that you're tired of doing manually. And again, complete with hands-on lab association exams, so you will have a nice, handy certification to help boost your industry profile. Now, I am incredibly excited for the speakers that we have this year at ZertoCON. We're opening the conference with accomplished journalist and Wired magazine editor-in-chief, Nick Thompson. And prior to Wire, Nick was actually editor at The New Yorker, where he led the organization's own digital transformation efforts by revolutionizing its online platform. Technology is fundamentally impacting the way that people and products interact, and Nick's going to be speaking about transformation, what it means to be human in this increasingly digital age. So if you're interested in hearing a bit more about this, you can come join us at ZertoCON and get Nick's take on how delivering our new world uninterrupted and immediately responding to opportunity is not just demanded, but it's required. We also have Dave Russell, a Gartner VP and distinguished analyst, whose research mainly focuses on strategies and technologies with an emphasis on backup and recovery. And on day 2, Dave is going to focus on exploring new and transformative and disruptive technologies, and he's going to help educate and empower attendees to evolve from beyond backup and recovery and embrace true IT resilience. And at this point, these guys are no strangers to you, right? These are 2 of Zerto's best and brightest. Steve Kadem, CEO, and Rob Strechay, our SVP of Product. So the 2 of these gentlemen are going to be talking about Zerto's company vision and product roadmap. We are going to be making some very, very exciting announcements that I wish I could give away, but I cannot. These are going to fundamentally change the way IT operates, and this is something that you do not want to miss. So please, come out to ZertoCON. You guys are you're just going to feel left out. Nobody wants FOMO. And if you haven't seen ZertoSex yet, that's not a problem. We're going to be demoing it all week in stations that we have set up around the conference hall. And we're also going to be giving you a sneak peek at the soon-to-be-released Zerto 6.5. So you'll have the chance to see what's coming before anybody else. And if that's not cutting it for you, we also have live cloud labs. So you can get your hands on the technology and begin to interact with it personally. Most importantly, again, there will be an early preview of something that we are quite excited to share. I just cannot tell you. You're going to have to get there to find out, won't you? So, register. a momentary pause here, if you will, just to send a huge thank you to all of our sponsors for helping not only make an incredible conference, but helping to deliver the hands-on labs that you guys get to play with. Microsoft, IBM, Exagrid, TierPoint, Island, Flexential, Expedient, Navisite, US Signal, Tegile, Congress, EchoStore. We have some incredible partners that are joining us this year for the conference. And fortunately for you guys, they're also joining in all the fun. So you'll get to see their solutions, talk to these partners, join them in their own sessions, and learn how they can help deliver the unique needs of your business. So please, by all means, register for ZertoCON. We have a great ecosystem of peers and partners coming, and it's going to be a great time. Now, with so much exciting stuff going on, it's tough to choose, and I may be a bit biased here, but I think this is probably my favorite part of the show, and that is the Rockin appreciation party that we have on day 2 of the conference. So last year, a few of my fellow Zertonians and I threw together a band in the weeks before ZertoCon, and it came together like magic. So backed by popular demand, we're continuing the tradition this year, and it's going to be something you can't miss. So come see the Masters of Disaster live at Jillian's Lucky Strike. It's right in Fenway, just a short walk away from the conference. So there's no excuses not to be there. I expect to see you on the crowd. I will, of course, be playing lead shredding guitar, and we have a dynamite set list lined up. It's a great opportunity to network with your peers, meet Zerto executives, and listen to some great music. So we hope to see you guys in the crowd. It's never too late to register, folks. Well, I suppose come May 21st, it might be a bit too late, but there is still time, and registering is incredibly easy. All you need to do is head to the URL that I have shown here, scroll down to register now. We're going to ask for some very basic information, and that's pretty much it. And for joining the webinar today, I'm even going to give you guys a little surprise. You can use the code that I have pictured down at the bottom and get 30% off your registration costs. ZertoCON for a third of the price. Sign me up. Well, I'm already signed up, but sign you up. And again, it's so difficult to choose from a long list of things we have, but there's so many great reasons to attend. Incredible sessions, exciting keynote speakers, exclusive certifications, hands-on labs, game-changing announcements, and so much more. You guys are not going to want to miss this year's conference. So again, 30% off using the code that I had pictured. Head to the website, register. We look forward to seeing everyone there. Again, I can't touch upon everything now. You're just going to have to get out to Boston in May so you can experience it all for yourself. Now, with that, we're drawing to a close here for our sneak peek webinar, but I'd like to take a moment and thank everyone for joining. If you haven't registered already, head to the website, use the code I provided for 30% off. And now, I'd like to take a few minutes, open up the discussion for any questions that you guys might have. You can go ahead and write them into us and my colleague Christina here, and we'll be happy to help answer them for you. So I'll give you guys a minute here to start churning, and then we'll return back. All right, well, I don't see any questions coming in, so that means that my execution was flawless, and I have answered everything that you need. You have all the answers, so that means you're at registration. You're just going to start flying in. Thank you, guys. If you have any questions after this, you can reach out to ZertoCON Ops, ZCON Ops, ZCON at Zerto.com. And we'll be happy to help answer them. Other than that, I think we're going to draw this webinar to a close, and we look forward to seeing you guys out for the conference in May. Thanks, everybody.